What's going on, y'all? Carlito here, back with another video on your screen. I'm here with my guy, one of the biggest supporters of this channel since day one, Shane Mosley
Yeah.
Jr., coming off a big win, bro. Like, I know you're climbing that ladder of the middleweight division and
Yep.
got another title, another ranking on your titles. And how are you feeling, bro? How are you feeling about, your performance?
I feel like well, thank you for having me on. I'm really happy to get the win, especially the win in that particular fashion. I haven't gotten a stoppage in a while, so it was really good to get a stoppage, especially against that caliber of fighter. Before we fought, he was 21-1, only been stopped by Jaime Munguia. So it was really, cool to be able to say that I also was able to get the knockout and beat an opponent like him. I've known him from the amateurs as well. We were in the amateurs at the same time, and so like it was kind of surreal to fight somebody that was also kind of like on the same trajectory and path as you, and you guys met up, later on. So yeah, that was pretty good. I would say that I'd give myself about a B
A B?
perform. Yeah, B. I think it was a solid performance. I was working on some particular things, controls and stuff like that, and was able to implement that in there. Being able to do certain things. There's definitely some stuff I gotta, go back on, sharpen up. But it was a solid performance, and I was happy to be able to get the stoppage. I mean, like people love stoppages and people love knockouts. So to be able to deliver that was pretty cool.
For real, because I was like, man, that dude can take a hit. I was thinking to myself, and I was like, man, these hits, I thought he would have been gone. I thought he would have been down, you know, a couple rounds before. And
Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely a tough dude. I expected that kind of coming forward. I mean, like going into this fight, I expected that he was going to be a tough dude. Obviously growing up in this, the sport, you kind of get to know everybody. Like you kind of like everybody knows everybody. It's a small community, so you kind of know that. And I knew he was a tough guy and was going to be a tough opponent. So, but I just kept on breaking them down, picking my spots. Um, and breaking them down to the body. Obviously, landing some body shots, and that usually gets helps chop the tree down. I mean, if you don't invest into the body, you'll probably have a harder time later on.
for real, facts. You got I was looking through the fight, looking at the after fight, like the post fight interviews, stuff like that. And what do you think about, Golden Boy and all of them coming into the ring? How was that?
Oh, oh man, it was cool. I mean, they always support their fighters, at least to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Like most of my fights, they've all come into the ring, and Eric Gomez, Bernard Hopkins, Oscar. They usually come down and show love and support. So it was really cool to have them in there and being really excited for me and stuff like that. They've always believed in me and thought that I was going to be something. So being able to deliver that type of performance and be able to give them kind of essentially um, something that they could, you know, promote. You know what I mean? It was cool. You know what I mean? Because now they can start, you know, building me up to get to that championship level, to get to those championship fights that I want.
Damn. So it comes down to the point, man, is, what do you want next?
Um, so I would love to fight the winner of some of these upcoming championship bouts. So we got uh, I think his name is pronounced Esquivel Esquivel Falcao. He's fighting a German guy. can't think of his name, but um, they're fighting for the IBF world title. That's coming up in July 1st. So I would love to fight the winner of them, or um, a harder fight to make, but definitely possible. Arizlandi Lara against Danny Garcia. I would love to fight the winner of them. I think that that would probably be my top choice. Like if I could fight anybody,
Hmm.
or if I had a choice of all four of the titles, I
Yeah,
would I would fight one of them because both of them are legends, you know, and they're both in my weight class. And if I could win a belt, if I want to be a legend, right, I would want to beat a legend. If
yeah,
I want to be a legend, you got to beat a legend. So I would want to take it from them and have that, you know what I mean, like have that kind of like um that legacy. You know what I mean? Have that lineage. You know, it came from, the man, essentially.
fact.
So that would be a cool thing to do. Obviously, any of the titles would be great, but to be able to take it from one of those guys would be an honor.
For real, for real. And you talk 6 months from now, like where would you like to be in your career?
I'd like to be the middleweight champion of the world.
Fact.
Um, yeah, man, middleweight champion of the world. Um, and then obviously, I'm not sure if anybody has got all the belts at middleweight yet, or
I'm not.
and
I don't think so. I
yeah,
don't think.
nobody's gotten them already. So, obviously, I would want to get a belt first, but then why not be the first guy to ever unify all of them? You know what I mean? Imagine Shane Mosley Jr., guy that nobody expected to have, you know, to unify a division that's never been unified in the four belt era. That'd be incredible.
That would.
Talk about legacy. You know what I mean? Talk about the Mosley name and standing on my own. And following or being big enough for the shoes of boxing, right? Because everybody, oh, you got big shoes to fill. All my whole life that was always my thing. So, people would always tell me, and to be able to do something like that uh, would be incredible. You know what I mean? And I'd be able to put my stamp on my name.
For real. I'm like, man, I've been excited, man, since day one, bro. Like you've
Thank
been
you.
showing love to the channel, and I've been like, man, this guy, I was like, he needs his respect already. He needs it. He
Thank
needs
you.
it. And every
Thank
time
you.
I get like, these belts, these rankings, I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's my guy, man, because a lot of people doubted him.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Struggling.
I mean, they're going to. Nobody should believe. Nobody needs to. You know what I mean? And all it is you need to believe. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Because if you believe, you know, and you really put in that effort and you really put in the work, you'll change people's mind. You know what I mean? Like so, yeah, nobody needs to believe. You got to
Facts.
believe.
Facts. Yeah, you got this. That always got me like whenever you said want to be the middleweight champion of the world, in the press conference, I was like, man, that got me chills, bro. And I was like, I haven't felt those kind of chills and stuff before.
Yep.
And not unless it was like Mayweather fighting or
Right,
Mayweather
right,
press
right.
conferences or Mayweather's trash talk.
Yeah.
Uh, so when he grabbed Ortiz,
Yeah.
Ortiz by like the neck,
Hmm.
and he was just talking to him like that. So that was just like those are moments like that, bro, that I always remember. And
Yeah, man.
dude, I always appreciate you, bro. Like, any other like fight updates, possibilities, right now that you have?
Nothing right now. Like I said, I I kind of wanted those two belts, or I'm not sure what my promotional company has in mind as far as like getting me closer to a belt. But I know that there could possibly be, um, just uh, title opportunities. Especially like, the truth of the matter is, I do have the Mosley last name. And
Yeah,
so that, the object is to put butts in seats. So my name helps put butts in seats. So with that being said, I'm not super duper high on the rankings, but um again, my name puts butts in seats. So that could lead to a faster track to a world title, which would be great. If I would have to take, a couple more fights, hopefully only one more fight. You know what I mean? Then a title, great. But if I can get to a title shot in my next fight, 100%, I would never turn that down. So, um, you know, July 1st, the IBF title is gonna have a champion. So I would love to fight the winner of that. And then again, uh, Danny Garcia and um, and Erislandy Lara are going to be fighting for the middleweight championship, the WBA championship, um, August 5th, I believe. So I would love to fight one of those guys. Either one, I wouldn't care. Um, but I would love to fight one of those guys.
you're like, just bring them on already, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, once I obtain the titles,
Yep.
I'm gonna make my move to try to be the unified champion. Right? I'm gonna do like Canelo did at 168. Go ahead and go try to clean out the division. Right?
Facts.
With all the champions. Why not? And
Yep.
it's never been done before. And I can do it.
Yep.
Right? Why not be the first guy?
Yep. Yep. That's facts, bro. I want to ask you about these upcoming fights that have been swarming the boxing
Of
world.
course.
Cap
You have to. We got a
days
big up boxing. We got a big up boxing, baby.
for real. We got I know you fought Jason before, but
Yeah.
he's fighting against Edgar Berlanga. You know,
Yep.
first Edgar Berlinga's first fight on DAZN. How do you feel about, how that fight's gonna go down this weekend?
I think it's a good fight. Jason Quigley is a solid fighter. Um, you know, we've seen some flaws in Berlanga before. Um, you know, so there's always that, but I have confidence in him. I think he could. I think he should win this fight. You know, Jason's been off of on a. I think he retired or maybe just a layoff, but he hasn't fought in a while, so that could hinder his performance. And obviously he's fighting a young killer, a young and up and coming killer. He's hungry to get out there and make noise, especially at 168. So, that's a dangerous combination. He hasn't fought in a while. He's looking hungry and stuff like that. So that could be rough for Jason. So if I had to give somebody the edge, it would probably be Berlanga. And I think it should be a good fight, honestly.
Facts, man. That's gonna be a great fight, I feel. And
Yep.
then you got Charlo, you know,
Yeah.
that everyone's talking about, media's talking about it, that it looks like it's possibility for September 16th with Charlo and Canelo. How do you feel about that fight, bro?
I think honestly, Canelo is just really, really skilled, man. He's just a super duper skilled fighter. He hasn't looked his best lately, but we also haven't seen Charlo fight in 2 years.
Yep.
So and I speculate of why that is. Was it an injury? Like nobody just wants to take 2 years off. You know what I mean? Especially in a sport that you're champion. You know what I mean? Like you
Yep.
don't just want to take that off. And so I'm not sure what the reasoning was behind that, but it kind of alludes to an injury, and who knows what the extent of that injury was, you know. So we'll see. What I think is a great opportunity for him. I think obviously, um, because of his stature, because of all of his abilities, if he's on point, he poses a threat for anybody. We've seen that Charlo has respectable power. He, well, I wouldn't even say respectable. I would say great power. You know, he's an excellent boxer. He has a lot of tools that can deter Canelo, but Canelo also is a great fighter. Punches hard. He has great defense, things like that. I think it could be a masterful fight. I think it could be a really, really great fight. So I'm excited for it. I think it's awesome.
For real. It's gonna be a great performance, I feel, for both of them. And
And
wherever
I mean, with that being said, as far as my middleweight division, I'm not sure where let's just say if he does do that, is he vacating, or if he vacates, it makes I can't think of his name, Caballo. It makes him the world champion, and so that's also a cool little thing.
yep.
And does that mean that Lubin and him are fighting for the middleweight championship, or are they fighting for the interim championship? Like, which one is it?
Mm.
So that's also a cool little wrinkle in the whole situation. I'm going to assume because I on Instagram it looked like Caballo put that he's the world champion. I I'm pretty sure before it used to say interim champion. So I'm under the assumption that they've already kind of made the decision. They're just trying to figure out the particulars of everything as far as with the Canelo fight and stuff like that. You're gonna put that together, obviously. And then once that happens officially, they'll probably put that other piece together and they're gonna be fighting for the world title. So that's pretty cool as well.
Oh,
Um, and I think it's a great fight. Um, all of those, right? Caballo and Lubin. Lubin's a dangerous fighter for anybody. I heard. I mean, you could see that he's a powerful guy, hard puncher, and when he's on his game, he's really really dangerous. So that also poses a threat to Caballo. And yeah, Caballo is a monster in there, man. He's a wrecking ball when he's on point too. So that should be a masterful fight as well. So
that's
I'm excited for boxing, man. I'm excited.
an exciting couple. It's gonna be exciting couple of months to end off the
Honestly,
year.
this whole year, man, has been insane with boxing, like with fights, bro.
It's like
Like,
boxing is alive right now.
man, like I mean, people say, oh, MMA is taking over and all that stuff, and I'm a huge fan of MMA. But I mean, when you look at some of the fights that have already happened, like we've had some great, great, great fights, and the year's not over, and it's going to be some great, great fights moving forward as well. Like I'm super excited to be a boxer and a boxing fan, honestly.
Amen. Amen. And then you got this undisputed undisputed champion Charlo going against Kim Zoo. It's
Tim Tszyu.
possibility. How do you see that fight breaking down?
Man, um, Tim Tszyu has shown a lot of power. He's shown a lot of great skill, really, really elevating his game. Um, I think that's a dangerous fight for both guys. Um, I can't wait to see that fight. That's going to be a good one. And let's just say Tim Tszyu wins. He becomes unified world champion, do something great for the sons of legends. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of cool for me on that side of things because he's the son of a legend, and I think I'd be proud to see him also do something great like that. But Charlo's definitely um, in the position that he's in because of the work, the skill, the passion that he has for it, and how great of a fighter he is. So it's going to be a tough task for um, Tim Zoo. Honestly, I think that that's a 50-50 fight. I mean, we've seen, Charlo come up short, but always makes adjustments, always changes, always grows, becomes better. Um, so it's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. I mean, I'd love to see, like, whatever happens, I think it'd be a good fight to even see it again, because it'd be great. I know it's going to be a great fight. So um, that's cool.
Thanks, bro. And then you got, David Morrell versus, Benavidez. It's look
Oh,
like
that
they
really?
like it's
Whoo,
gonna happen soon, and before October or so. How do you feel about that one breaking down?
man. I don't know. Honestly, I think hmm, that's a good one, man. Yeah, that's gonna be that whoever brings their A game that night. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen too many people stand up to David Morrell, but I'm not sure if that's because of the quality of work that he's had or he's just that good, right? Whereas Benavidez, we know that he's been in there with a lot of great guys. Um, I know his caliber and I know his skill level and the discipline he brings into the game, and he's been at the top level for a very long time. So um, if I would say from experiences and just that ring time, I would probably say um, David would probably have the edge for that. But man, I feel like that's going to be an explosive and high skill level. Um, yeah, I feel like that's a great fight, man. That's a great fight.
Damn, bro. And on that note, I know we're running out of time here, but everyone, let everyone know where they can follow you at, bro, and follow the journey to middleweight champion.
Yeah, man. So at Shane Mosley Jr. on Instagram. We also have at Tribe Called Mosley. Then on Twitter at one Shane Mosley Jr. Um, yeah, follow me, follow my journey. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for all the love and support.
Always, bro. It's been Shane Mosley Jr., breaking down boxing and, breaking down his career, bro, and getting up to the career that he wants to be at and up to that ladder of the top of the mountain of the middleweight division. Y'all go check him out. His links will be in the description down below. Big shout out to all my sponsors, always. Um, I appreciate all the hard work, man, and thank you, bro. Thank you.
Of course.
Love, bro. And Shane Mosley Jr., Carlito, one love. We out.
Out.